Happy birthday, Brandon.
Happy birthday,
Oh, my
Andy
God.
Patrick.
You're
Thanks
a
to
goober.
your lovely wife for getting that done for me.
Oh, my God. Y'all are both goobers.
I'm like, hey, I need an intro, but I need a birthday one, so you got it. So,
Thank
yeah,
y'all.
happy birthday.
Thanks.
52 doesn't look too bad, huh? She called me 60.
I've been telling everybody that I make 80 look good. That's what I feel like anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well, what's up, everybody? We got a good show tonight, and
yeah, we do.
We already got several watching.
Yeah, congratulations to Brandon.
Yeah,
wearing it out with the bed cap tool.
We'll talk about that here shortly too. But
thank you, brother. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah. First off, let's get our sponsor, Dent Slayer. Of course, they're friends of ours, so we were happy to kind of sponsor them and lead people towards their website for training and stuff for dentslayer.com, and of course, tools, some of the best tools around. So y'all watch this little video real quick, and then we'll keep going. All right.
Our video is so much better than the Smash Masters video.
It is. That's why I made sure it was different. I was like, we ain't gonna have the same one as them. So
no, James, you got to pick on them.
But yeah, make sure y'all get by the A1 booth to see Matt, and of course, Dent Slayer is gonna have new tools. I don't even know what the new tools all of them are yet, but
he's definitely still thinking of stuff to bring with him.
I know.
And his mind don't stop.
But anyway, make sure go by there or visit the dentslayer.com website for training and stuff, and see everything that they've got going on. And remember, if you want to put up training videos and stuff on their website, get in touch with Matt or James, and that's something that y'all can do. They're for everybody, not just them. So
right.
But our guest has
another
booth.
Another booth you need to be swinging
another all-star tool company and stuff too. But we're gonna get him on here and kind of get his backstory and who he is like outside of the PDR world. That's our main thing. But of course, he's got a badass
I testify
new light stand and coming out. So anyway, let's go ahead and get him on here. What's up, Todd?
Brother?
How's it going?
Oh, right, how you doing?
Good. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I've been trying to hide from it all day, but people won't let me. So
yeah.
They're no fun anymore. Everybody's like, "What do you hope you had a great day?" I was like, "Push tail like any other day." So
yeah. You said 42, huh?
43.
43. Yeah, I turned 40 or 53 here in April. So
really?
Oh, wow. Huh?
Yeah. I thought you were closer to our age.
I guess California smog keeps me
he was 10 years ago, but
yeah, right. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that. You've aged well, brother.
Well, thank you.
Yes, sir. I love the pictures in the back up on the wall. Sweet. Is that your office?
Yeah, it's now a hole. We expanded to a whole nother unit last year and turned the lobby that used to be the lobby for our dent shop here into more storage, and then the lobby's over on the other side of this wall. So now I'm back in this hole behind the storage room, and which is good. I don't have a lot of interruptions now, so
that's nice.
Well, cool. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we don't even have an office here. Like we're up front trying to do stuff, and people's walking in all the time. So at least you got that going for them. There ain't no hole here to hide it.
Yeah.
Nope.
That helps.
My hole is behind the door back there. If I don't want to see somebody, I just go in the back.
There you go.
You got a gate. They can't get back there anyway. So.
And plus, there's a German Shepherd. That's my excuse, even though he'll lick them to death.
Yeah.
But anyway, so hey, if you give us a kind of a backstory of how you got started in the PDR industry. Like what you were doing before.
Yeah.
Of course, to where you are now.
Yeah. So it goes way back when I was 17. My last year or just like the summer before my last year in high school, I was racing motorcycles and started painting helmets, and it blew up on me like quick. And to shorten the story, I ended up custom painting for 10 years, right out of, basically starting in high school, and did helmets from people all over the world, and tried to go to work for Troy Lee Designs right before I ended up going to Dent Wizard School. And Dent's paid a lot more than Troy Lee, so I worked out where I got into the business. Got trained by Dent Wizard, and in '99. And was in the auction for probably close to 2 years, just a little under 2 years, and then it was getting too crowded. They just kept training guys, bringing more and more guys out to the auction. So, there's only so many panels we can fix, and when there's 6 guys, it splits the pie pretty good. So, I told them I want to go on their hail team, and did that for, I guess, pretty close to 2 seasons, and then found a time to jump, and they were kind of dicking me around. Typical Dent Wizard, I guess, but not that I hate them. I actually, think their training was very good, especially at the time. I don't know if it still is, but
who trained you?
It's 2 solid months. I actually got out in 6 weeks and got to work early. But yeah, they were. Well, it was one big deal. There was 2000. I think it was the 2001 storm in St. Louis. Big storm. I mean, it was some smash stuff. Well, they put us all of us corporate guys in a retail location where there was, their salespeople were untrained, didn't know how to estimate cars, and just a mess. And every night I'd go back to the hotel, and there'd be all these independent guys who were working at the van plant and making shit tons of money, and I was struggling to make like $300 a day doing hail, which is crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. So I'm looking at their numbers and I'm going, well, what the hell am I a corporate guy for if these independent guys get all the good deals? And of course, later on I found out, things were going on in the back end, but and then I just went on my own and kind of did probably 1 season on my own, and then started a retail shop, and then I would go out and do hail, in the summer, and till the 08-09 crash. And when it crashed, my shop, it was like somebody just flipped a switch to turn the phones off. We actually were expanding and doing like all kinds of auto accessories, wheels, tires, lifting lower, all kinds of stuff. And it was like somebody turned the switch off. I mean, it was just so quick.
Man, that's scary.
Lucky as a dent guy and a guy who was experienced in hail, it was like as soon as the hail season kicked up, I took off and, was okay, where other people would have been, anybody else would have been screwed, if they didn't have hail to fall back on, So it's, hail's been obviously a blessing to a lot of us, to be able to do things that normal blue collar guys couldn't do. But, so I just went out and started cranking hard. Would put out 6 to 8 months of the year on the road, and, being in California, I didn't get the advantage to be able to just drive home holiday weekends and stuff. So I'd end up staying on the road for 3 straight months, not even coming home. And
wow,
got it tough. I know the wife's not so happy about me making that choice, but
trying to do what you had to do.
Got to do it, yeah. To kind of do what you can for your family,
right?
So yeah, I mean, and then I think it was 15 or 16 is when I came out with the hail rod, and
it kind of exploded from there.
Kind of exploded. We were doing it in the garage. I have another, a shop at my house, and we were doing it in there. And when I was on the road, my wife was building them, and of course she'd call me screaming at me because she'd have issues. I'm trying to fix them over the phone, and a lot of issues like that. But then I ended up hiring Jesse, which I think you guys have met Jesse. And
oh yeah, I love Jesse.
I knew him from when he was a pretty young kid, like 16, 17, and kind of reconnected with him around the time we hired him, and the odd thing was he was working for a tool company, like not a dent tool company, but just an ordinary tool company, and stocking their warehouse and doing all that stuff. And so he had quite a bit of knowledge in that. And I brought him in and started training him to do dents and run the tool company, and it worked out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you get somebody that's already got kind of a piece of what you're looking for to come in. That's one less thing you got to worry about when they start.
Yep. Yeah, he's good at warehousing, and he actually worked in a cold storage before that, and loading trucks, and so he's really got a lot of good knowledge of taking care of a warehouse. So it's
for sure
really helped out.
He's super responsive.
I can't remember. I was going to say I can't remember if we I think we asked him to come on and he wasn't ready yet or something. I don't remember. We got to get him on though. We've been trying.
Yeah,
so
you should get him on. He's interesting.
I would say he's super responsive. Like I've reached out to him a few times, and man, he is on it. Like no problem.
Oh yeah. He knows my belief in the business really well. Like he knows my vision as far as taking care of the customers, and knows why I take care of the customers. I mean, especially hail guys. I mean, I'm not trying to separate, who I prioritize. I don't by any means, but everybody's got to work. But like, hail guys, it's like, man, they're on the road. They break a tool, especially like a hail rod or something. You have something, you need it now. Where I've had problems with other companies. Well, they won't send you something fast. You have to pay the extra over. It's like. So I understood that and wanted to just take care of everybody as best as possible. And it's probably to my, not detriment, but I guess if you were to talk to somebody that's really efficient in business, that they would probably think I'm an idiot for how much I'm giving away. But, it's a give and take. I might lose money by sending stuff out for free all the time, but also, I've developed a really solid customer base. So
you got a customer for life when you get that kind of customer service.
Yeah. So I think it's worth it. I think probably to the point now where I'm getting big enough and have enough products, I may have to start looking into some kind of warranty company or something to take care of stuff. But I'll figure that out. Right now I got this light stand on my mind. I can't hardly think of anything else.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And, just to be transparent with everybody is, we were really hoping to have pretty much 100 of these built before the show, but some of my parts aren't done yet. And hopefully I'll have them by the time MTE is over. So we'll be asses and elbows building them, but they're probably going to be anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks out once people buy them,
Okay.
So unfortunately I hate doing that. But it is what it is. I have to.
Yeah.
You got to make sure it's all right anyway. So
yeah,
and that some of that is out of your hands.
Yeah, there's hundreds of parts to this thing. Obviously you guys can see it, and every single part's custom made. We have not bought one thing off the shelf.
That's awesome.
We tested with some stuff off the shelf, but once we tested it, then we designed our own part and then had them made. And so it's incredible. Like I've got 7 injection molds made for that. It's just a lot, and then, even those spring plungers for the rotating plate, those are all custom designed just to fit perfectly in there where we could just tighten them right up and be done with them. It's a project. And I owe it all to Chad. Chad from Endeavor Tools. He's doing his own thing outside of PDR, but he loves to design. So when he's got the spare time, he's all over it. And so we go back and forth. All summer long, we've been going back and forth, and he'll print me some parts, and I'll try them, and then we'll go to another place and have them made, and test those even further. And it's been a lot. It's been
right.
And this has been a design, not the finished design, but we've been working on a light stand kind of on and off for about 5 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Really refining what we wanted to do, what we wanted to accomplish, what we didn't want to happen, like the problems that the other stands have, as far as like the tipping, I think that, and I know that Stucky's got the patent on the battery in the back of the light. I think all lights should have the batteries built in. If you ask me, but a lot of people are staying away from it because they don't have a stand that can accommodate it without dragging around a weight of some sort.
Yeah.
I was just saying that today about my stand. I had it up on a tall truck roof, and with that Medusa, like I can just flip the switch on the Medusa instead of like trying to reach my freaking light up there to turn on and off. Like that's big too. It's so much easier to roll around without a heavy battery on the bottom of it. So
yeah. Yeah.
Big fan.
So there's a lot of things we really wanted to tackle, all the sloppiness and just, drilled holes and pins and stuff that are sloppy and loose and create, when you have an 1/8 inch of slop at the bottom, it's 2 inches at the top,
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
And not that we don't have any movement, but we don't have any of the, like, it's almost like this, not the sloppy movement. There's just a little bit of flex in the carbon, but, we've really worked hard on.
Well, I mean, taking the time, 5 years or whatever to do the R&D on it, to, really testing it out. I mean, that's just a testament to, your products and what you do and why they're so good anyway.
Yeah.
If you get Chad Peters involved too, like that dude nerds out. I love talking to Chad. Like, sometimes though I'm here and Chad goes like here, I'm like, dog, you asked me like a mile ago.
He'll make you feel stupid in a hurry, that's for sure. But you ought to see this. You ought to see this machine he's built. He used to build machines for this company all the time, like different things to help speed up production and some kind of manufacturing place. And I said, because we take with the hail light and the hail rod, we have, like, wherever we drill a hole for those button clips, we have to grind the inside, and we have to do that by hand. So we're drilling them by hand, and we go back and we grind these little things so the button clip will drop in a little easier. You don't have to push it so far. And I said, man, I need to come up with something that'll grind that hole better. Next thing you know, he's got this full machine built. It drills the hole and comes in and routes the bevel in the bottom, and all in about 15 seconds.
That's nuts.
And I'm like, God, I wish I would have asked him that 5 years ago, because it is a lot of. It's one of those jobs too where nobody in the shop likes to do it. So they're like,
absolutely,
the last minute, and then they're starting to drill them and grind them, and it's like it's dust everywhere. I mean, he's even got this thing with a full on. You slide the tube in, it's covered, and it goes to a vacuum, and you hook the vacuum up to it, and it completely sucks the dust out while you're doing it.
Freaking Chad.
No mess whatsoever.
Yeah, now he's in the process too of building me another one that all those sleeves that go into the hail rod and the hail light are pressed in. So we use a big, we put glue in there and put them in, and then we have to press them with a big. We have a 3-ton press or whatever, but it's like you pull the lever and you wait for it to go down, then you got to push the lever the other way to get it to go back up, and it takes forever. And it's a 2-man job. Where he's building me one where you just drop it all in and it goes. So we should probably be able to do at least 100 sets of tubes in just a few hours with a couple of guys, one on one machine, one on the other.
Wow.
So, at least that's
once it's all, going in working order like that, it's gonna be huge for y'all.
Yeah, it's gonna, I've had to hire. I'm hiring a new guy on Monday, and to just to build this hail light or the light stand.
Yeah,
it's a big deal. And I was like, I just need one guy to focus on one product and make sure it's perfect every time. And so
what you kind of talked about is the Black Widow stands. I know people, Andy's got
a ton of videos out there.
Ray and several out there showing it, and it looks phenomenal. And talking with Andy, I mean, it's so easy to use. But talk about it a little bit, like what made you think about doing the wheels the way that you did it? Because I mean, the first pictures I saw that you posted about the little teasers, I'm like, how is this going to work? Like Andy's got the flooring that that corrugated looking flooring to snap in. I'm like, how's it going to roll on here? And it just rolls smooth as it's going to be.
Yeah. I was pretty skeptical myself. Chad's actually the one who showed them to me, because they're used kind of in robotics a lot, but there's a motorcycle stand out there, and it's a 2-piece deal. You put one part under the back wheel, one part under the front wheel, and it's got those wheels on it. They're opposing. They're one's like this way and the one's this way and stuff. And it's made so you can just slide your bike right into a hole in your garage, instead of trying to wheel it around and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, those things are badass. And we just were like, man, we got to do something with those wheels. Those things are cool. And I was still skeptical, very skeptical of them. I'm like, man, are they going to just – and the biggest problem is there was no brakes. There's no brakes for them. I looked everywhere for some kind of brake. Nobody has brakes for them because they're all typically motor driven. And so I was like, well, let's just at least start testing it. And we did. And I was like, once I got them and I'm working them, I'm like, I don't know if they really need brakes, much. And especially on flat. I said, I knew they would need them probably for some kind of, if you're in a parking lot or whatever, but they work so good. And it took us a long time to figure out a brake. I mean, we had we've gone through probably 20 ideas on brakes, and this is the simplest thing. Of course, Chad's really good at figuring the simple part out, you know. And
Yeah.
in fact, we just made a change this week on the swing arm and the boom arm. On how, you know, if you tighten those set screws up too tight, it won't extend very easy. I think you saw in Mike Toledo's video where he got him a little hooked. So I called him up the other day. I said, "Man, well, I'm having a little bit of problem with this. I just, you know, it's not a big deal, but we can make it better." And it was like 10 seconds. We had it figured out where we just move the inner tube out a little bit, drill the hole all the way through, not all the way through, just through one side, and put a long set screw in instead of a short one. So now that thing's pinned in there. It's perfect. Won't move. You're not collapsing the tube at all. So I'm like, perfect. Done. Easy deal. You know, you can go down so many rabbit holes, and we've done it for a million times. You know, I bet we went through another 20 designs just for a battery tray. And, you know, both of us are really against the big batteries. You know, we really don't want to, but I know guys are still running them. And most of the reason why they're still running them is because the tip factor.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys are just going, well, if I have to put something on it anyways, or if I have to carry a battery around for a weight anyways, why don't I just run the battery? So, you know, our thing was like, man, we just don't even really want one, but we have to. So we came up with those, you know, after 100 tray designs, you know, we came up with these little mounts, you know, so
it's not even a tray anymore.
Expensive trays to these little mounts, you know, and we designed them. Of course, we designed them out of aluminum. I was like, I think we could just do them out of plastic. You know, if they break, they're easy to replace, cheap, you know. So same with all the levers. It's like, and the plastic we got is really strong. The samples I've got, it's really nice. So I don't think we'll have any issues with any of those unless somebody drops it or, you know what I mean, and happens to smash one somehow. But
they'd have to try.
Yeah. So that kept, you know, just little things like that. You know, we could have machined all those parts. It would have been just that much, you know, more time to machine them, but also it adds a lot of cost. I mean, you're talking $30, $40 a part versus a few bucks a part, you know. So
we talk about that too. I know a couple people's kind of, you know, you've seen comments and stuff like $14.99 is going to be kind of your base price. And everybody's like, oh my God. But like I tell everybody, like, you're going to buy this fan and not have to buy one for a long time. Like, but you got a lot of cost involved with all those parts that you.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, I've got probably right now, I've probably got a couple hundred grand out in parts just to get this light going. Yeah. It's a lot of parts. Cause you know, I'm pretty confident in it. So like all the parts I bought, you know, 5,000 of them, you know, so that because it takes a long time to get parts sometimes. So it's like, I'd rather have it stocked up, ready to go in place. A guy can build them all year and we just pretty much recoup at the end of the year.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, obviously the bigger parts, the carbon comes monthly, the machine work is going to come monthly, but all the little parts, all the nuts and bolts and plastic parts and everything, I basically stock up on. So it's a lot. I've got enough carbon right now to do 200 light stands. I'm getting the machine works getting done right now for 200 of them. So, you know, it's a lot. It is really a lot.
How many are you going to have at MTE to show?
3.
Okay.
I'm going to have one in the box so people kind of see how it's packed up. And then two rolling around so people can. I was going to have one, but I was like, man, we're going to be mobbed. We're going to have 2.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
So what we did too is Anson's got a deal or a relationship with a gun case manufacturer. So they're going to start selling these gun cases. They're Boyd gun cases. You probably heard of them. They're pretty popular brand. And they make their double gun case, and they're going to start buying and selling them. I might buy and sell them, but I designed the box and the foam that all the parts go into. You pull that right out of the cardboard box, put it right in the Boyd gun case.
Oh, nice.
So you'll be able to just buy the case later if you want, put the foam in, and be ready to go travel anywhere.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
and if you won't have to carry a battery, like you don't have to have the battery anymore. So that's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah.
Unless you just hell-bent on having one.
It's even got a spot for the Medusa in that foam.
Nice.
With the double gun case, does it take up both sides or is it just all in one side.
It's just they double. It's just wider.
Just wider.
It's not so narrow.
I didn't know if a hail light would fit in there. As
a hail light does fit in there, but not with the
stand. Okay.
So, but they're basically the reason why they want to do it is because it'll fit both of their it'll fit their biggest light and their smallest light. So, so they're you can use it for you can buy them for keeping your light heads in, and keep it for your light stand, and you can keep it for if you want to run tools in it. So it's like if you have all the same gun cases stacked in your truck, it's pretty clean, and pretty nice and packed.
Makes me think of what's that movie with Antonio Banderas where he carries the gun cases around? Like 2 gun cases, one with your light and you stand coming rolling out of the trail.
Yeah, I mean, it gets to be a lot of stuff, but I mean, if you want to be efficient and you want to be, have it pack in your truck nice, sometimes you got to spend some money.
Right.
I knew $14.99. What's that?
It's saving time for me too. Like I did a hail estimate with it yesterday, just not fighting a freaking light stand to get it in the right spot. I'm just bam, bam. So it's already saving me time on, my repairs or my estimate. So that's huge too.
Yeah. I went like 2 months without ever I don't think I ever articulated the boom except for to put it away.
Mm-hmm.
I just leave it straight out and just up and down,
Right.
Just, you eliminate a movement, but you also eliminate wear and tear on the tool,
Mm-hmm. So. Absolutely. Desperado, that was it. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to play with it in person down there, and then of course get one. But I'd already left Andy's before he got it. So I couldn't play with it. I just have to sit there and drool over the videos. But
I'm looking forward to people seeing it. And I've had people probably almost every day asking me to pre-order one or buy one early, and I'm like, can't do it. I want everybody to feel it, touch it, see it. There was a post Trey Scott put on about, today where I'm sure you saw that. And I'm like, I didn't take offense to it. I knew he wasn't talking to me, but I wanted to explain. I sent him out to you guys to poke holes in it and try to figure it out. I mean, of course, the last minute, but, I wanted people to test them and then give me feedback and fix them, but also help promote it as well. But yeah, it's, I want people to touch it and feel it because it is so different. It's not, I don't want somebody getting to, well, what the hell is this? I don't know. This is so far different because some people can't handle that. They can't handle the difference. I probably had for the first 2 years of the Neverlist, people still asking me, well, we need to make it slide up and down the boom. I'm like, you don't need to. You just need to change the way you're doing stuff. And once you get it, you'll get it. And you won't, I'm not trying to say it was the best thing the world's best thing, but it does change the way you work, and you just have to let yourself get used to it. Once you do, it's easy. This is going to be the same way.
Well, I'm learning that 1,000% after the past 2 days of launching my bed cap removal tool, and all the damn negative comments. I just ripped them suckers off and replaced them. Or
for $35.
Not for $35. I mean, it's just like left or like these people aren't going to buy it anyway,
right?
But it just. Yeah, I'm finally
gotta get it fixed again.
Well, I mean, I've had tons of people say they would never buy $1,000 hail rod, but once they finally tried it, they said I should have bought it 5 years ago or 4 years
right.
ago.
Yeah,
you've been wasting time.
Same thing my dad used to say about all his snap-on tools. You can go down to Harbor Freight and buy you that, but you're gonna buy it 3 or 4 times compared to my once.
So, I got a bullet. I got a great story about the Snap-on deal because, not all their tools are Snap-on quality. I know they sell some other stuff that's not quite there, but I have a buddy that was a airplane mechanic for UPS. So he's working on these big, huge planes, and they had a computer system in there that was bolted down. They couldn't get the bolts out, and they broke, I think, 3 different torque wrenches. They got the Snap-on, it went double its limit and got it saved at $85,000. At the time, it was an $85,000 computer they saved.
Jesus Christ.
So that tool paid for itself.
Oh yeah.
So
well, the fact that anytime
$14.99 was, we knew we were going to have to push the limit on the price. I mean, we did on the hood stand, we did on the hail rod a little bit. But if you want something different or something better and to solve the problems, it's going to be more expensive. I mean, it just
if you want the best of the best, it's going to be, because it's not like you're just sitting out there producing stuff constantly just to get stuff out there. You know, like I said earlier, 5 years of R&D, research development, 20, 30 versions of this thing to get it to where it's at now. And then even after you send them out, you're already tweaking a few little things. I mean, that's just that's what you want.
Yeah, you'll never see me just cranking out tools every year. You know, it's like
Right.
I've had some year where I don't have anything new at the trade show because, you know, I'm just trying to spend more time refining what we have and just making the business better overall. And I don't see a value in just pumping stuff out nonstop. I mean, it just doesn't.
Right.
You know, I don't see a value in making something 10% better than somebody else's. You know, if I'm going to do it, me and Chad have talked about that. We talk about it all the time. You know, we had to basically erase everybody else's light stand out of our mind. We had to just start from scratch. We had to throw out the budget. You know, we didn't want any budget on this thing. We just wanted to build what we thought we could build the best and then see where that kind of lands. Yeah. And we were able to, I think, landed at a pretty reasonable price for what we've got into it, you know.
I think so too.
I think I could have probably charged more, but I wanted to try to keep it reasonable. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I'm at with the
this guy down here that commented, like, he was at my shop when it came and got unboxed and everything. He's hard to run over to, like, get happy about some tools and stuff. He's just that guy, but he was truly impressed with the light stand. So
yeah.
Oh, Jiffy.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the way the model we're looking at with everything. It's like just throw it out the window, start from scratch, and even like I've talked about, you know, working on some other projects and thinking, well, I'm just going to go to somebody that is in a different industry and say, look, here's what I want. Let's design something. And so they've never seen what's in the PDR industry is what I'm kind of looking at. It's like, how would somebody else look at it? You know, somebody that's in manufacturing or somebody that's in, you know, inventing and you know, manufacturing work and see where they would land on it and see where we could go from there. That way they're not, because it's too easy to look at somebody else's stuff and then kind of just build off of that. You know,
you got tunnel vision. That's what you know. So you're going to,
yeah. And that's why we got stuck with like the battery tray. You know, we were really stuck with how are we going to do this and not be just another tray that sits on there and rattles around, you know?
Yep.
So, we really just tried to make the best product we could make without copying anything else out there.
Right.
That's what the majority of people do. And I get it if it's bettering a design, but I really like how the mindset y'all had on this.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because there's not going to be anything else out there like this, not even close.
Yeah.
And it's so pretty. It's just pretty.
I know. I look at it all the time. I go, man, can't even believe I built that. And especially, you know, I've always stayed away from all the anodizing and all the coloring and stuff until recently, and you know, because it's just one more step. But it's
well now you need we'll say you need a picture of it behind you in the middle of the two Ferraris there.
Yeah,
or whatever. So because
it's on Ferrari,
it's like a Ferrari now.
Yeah, it's funny too because when we were designing it, we were going through a lot of base designs and how to make it fold up quickly and blah blah blah. And we kind of pulled up a design that we had probably Chad had thrown together, just a rough idea of that scissor base probably 2 years ago. We pulled that back up and we're like, well, why don't we just use this? And then I started looking at it, I'm like, man, if I anodize that red and we call that thing the Black Widow, I go, it'd be the coolest thing ever. And the reason why I didn't go with green, I mean, I would love to go with lime green, but it is so hard to get that lime green. Like, you get that army green color, they have to custom make the lime green, and they don't save it, so it's different every time. You know, so parts won't match and stuff. And it's like one of my anodizers here wanting to do it. He's like, I won't do any green. So I'm like, let's just go with the red. Call it the Black Widow. And boy, it looks good.
Did I see a Never Loose that's red anodized too?
Yeah.
You gonna have them at MT?
I have. Yep. I will have those I will have one there, but I'll have the ones on the stands. But yeah, I do have. I had 300 of them made. So right now, basically, we're going to offer a little bit of a package when you buy the light and the Never Loose. You'll get a discount, and that'll be forever. Like if you on the website, if you want to order them as a bundle, you'll get a little break on the Never Lose or the overall package. So that's kind of it. It needed it. It needed to look good. I mean, I got rid of every nut and bolt I had done in black. I had them all made in black because I didn't want all these little chrome spots. I mean, the only thing I'm missing is the button clips are still chrome, and I'm probably going to look into having those made in black and I want to make them shallower so they don't stick up as far.
Right. Nate McDowell's asking, you sell Carbon Tech t-shirts? Because I got one.
We do, and everybody who buys gets one. And we got. Oh, I should have brought. Oh, you know what? Oh, shoot. I'll have to have Jesse run me in one. But we got the
Jesse.
Hey, he finally get on the
show. Yeah, he might have already shipped them all out. But they got some sweatshirts. But we got the original Carbon Tech logo, but it's got the red outline, and then on the back it's got the Black Widow logo. So everybody who buys something at MTE gets one. We actually had more made this year than we ever have. So
sweet,
awesome.
It's like $3,500 in shirts to give away.
Gray Radical says, I think I have everything on everything that Carbon Tech makes. Love the products and the customer service. Absolutely, couldn't agree more.
Thank you.
All the cool kids have them. I'm an XL, Nate said.
Yeah.
Like, I love the light stand so much. I'm already planning on buying another one. Like, I know you gave me that one to test out, and I done told you, I'm like, I'm buying another one. Like, it's that good of a product. And nobody can be like, well, you got one for free. You got to talk good about it. No, I'm investing in it. Like,
yeah, I know. I think Ray wants 2 more. I think, who else?
I know Paul Corden, Paul Corden wanted to get that pre-order in. You're like, nope.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys wanting, ask me, I want 2, I want 3. I'm like, you haven't even seen them personally. It's like, you may hate it when you see it. I don't know. I mean, it is different. I can't say that it's going to be for everybody because it is different. But I think one of the biggest advantages of it is to be able to drop that boom all the way to the bottom. I think that's the biggest. I don't know. I don't want to say game changer, but yeah.
Oh, the light stand's a game changer. I don't you throw that around that word, but I think it's a game changer myself.
Just the fact that you don't have a separate boom and pivot point up here and having to slide that out. I mean, it just sliding straight up and down.
Yeah.
And then a little click come out, that's, the whole thing's a game changer.
I did have a couple people ask me, the ones that can't make it to MTE, when will they be available for purchase on the website?
Same day, the 31st.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we'll put it live first thing in the morning or that night, or like middle of the night or something. And yeah, so and the same thing, it'll be 3 to 4 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks or whatever to get one. If we sell over 100, then it's probably going to be the second 100 is going to be probably another 2 weeks after that. I've got pretty much everything and just waiting on the biggest thing is the plastic parts getting here, and then the machine work, machine work's almost all done.
Amanda said I would marry that light stand if I wasn't already married to her.
Well, that's cool.
Kidding. Like, it's just a thing of you come in the morning. Like, I come in the morning, I'm like it's just exciting to be able to use. I don't know. I'm a tool nerd anyway, like tool horse, so I love stuff like that.
Yeah. In fact, my packaging guy's on his way here now. He'll be here in 20 minutes or so, but he's bringing the sample of the foam for the box. So I'm pretty excited to see that.
Hell yeah.
So what are the different packages going to be for the stand?
Let's see, I put it together here. The stand and if you buy the stand in the Never Lose, you'll save $20. And then if you buy the stand, the Never Lose, and then any one of the other accessories, which is like the battery mounts or the brakes or the Medusa adapter, you'll save another $30. So it's not huge right now, but it is a break,
the base is just basically the base,
you won't have the Medusa clip. It'll be the light stand without the Medusa.
Yeah, it won't have the
brakes. Won't have the Medusa, won't have the battery mounts, won't have the brakes. Because like I said, like your shop, you don't need the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, no. And that's the beauty of it is like I use it on a flat floor all summer with those wheels and everything, and you put it next to a car to start estimating, and those Pro PDR ones just roll away. They'll just keep moving.
Yeah,
you go back. You set that light where it is, and it stays right there, and that's the beauty of it. I love that thing.
Jackson, look like I'm gonna save $30.
Yeah. And then I think the other really cool part about it is it's 100% manufactured rather than fabricated. So if you break anything, every little part on it's replaceable. Every single part. So,
Heck yeah.
you know, I'm probably going to put together some, because we use some Delrin washers between like the rotating plate, under the bolt of the plate and the scissor base, and a few other things, you know, and maybe even the rollers. We'll put together maybe like a rebuild kit, so guys can, you know, maybe a couple of years down the road, you want stuff starting to get a little worn, you can rebuild it, you know, or you can send it to us when we rebuild it, kind of thing. So
I'm weird too. I think like if you got a customer coming back to look at an estimate you're doing or whatever, and you pull up with that thing, like you pull up with your Ferrari and be like, look at your dent. Pay me, bitch.
Yeah. It's a nice tool.
Will we see them wheels be integrated in anything else? Will you think like the hood stand or anything? Would that be a possibility?
No, not the hood stand. I thought about it for the hood stand, but I think a lot of guys like brakes on the hood stands, and
that's
there's a
true.
way to do it with that. At least not as of yet. I would use them for myself and just put them all opposing, you know, and all 45 degree angle all the way around myself, because I never use my brakes on my hood stand because I want to spin it and move around all the time. But we're looking at building a stool. It was I think it was Corey Pope, I think, hit me up and just asking me about a stool because he has to throw it in his front seat when he's traveling in his truck because he doesn't have room for it. Because, you know, they're kind of weird. You know, they're not shaped like everything else that goes in your truck for dent repair. And so he asked me about a stand, and at first I was like, a stool, and I was like, yeah, maybe we'll do something. And then it was like, I looked over and I saw them wheels. I thought, oh, maybe we will. You know, I was like, well, let me try those out. So we actually built that. I think I posted a picture of it.
Yeah.
Prototype, and it actually works really good because you know how when you're sitting in those stools and the casters have to index before you can go a certain direction. This doesn't. You just go whatever direction you want.
That's awesome.
So it actually was when first time I sat on, I was like, first I was thinking, you know, are these even going to work? You know, I mean, I know they work on the light stand, but as you're sitting on that stool, are they going to work? And it freaking works great. So we've got a stool design. We're working on a few things for that to make it adjustable and all that stuff.
And to break down.
Break it down, put it in either a small box or just break it down and it fits in a case or something. But
that's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
so
wait.
that's one thing. But I've definitely looked into using them anywhere, and we've actually had some prototype stuff made to make those retrofit to all the other light stands too, but we haven't come out with those yet.
I was saying I'd like them on like a pack out, like if you can make a pack out base with those.
Yeah, you could. Again, it's just, you know, if you had to be on a hill or something, I mean, it'd work great in your shop.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a by case use, but here it wouldn't be no problem. But yeah, I'm seeing how other people would have issues.
Yeah. If I could come up with another brake system that would be, you know, work in a different manner, you know, I would do it. But
maybe put one on the outside. It's like spinners. And then when you lock it in the inside.
Yeah. And they make those wheels in a triple too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're pretty heavy duty. And they make them big and small. They make all kinds of different ones with like the diagonal wheels on them. I mean, they're just some pretty crazy looking robot wheels. But it was funny too, because we were, you know, spending all summer working on it. And then Trey came out with that post this summer about, man, somebody needs to come out with a better caster and stuff. And I was like, man, maybe I ought to drop the post here. So
yeah, you started teasing. I was like, oh shit. I messaged you. I was like, I got to give me one of them. You're like, you don't even know what it is. I'm like, oh, I've seen enough.
Yeah. So how'd you guys get into the business?
Oh, Lord.
I was a bit wizard guy. I was went to school in 03, quit in 05, came back in 2011, and started Dapper in 2019. So
gotcha.
Been there, done that. So the whiz.
Yep. I managed disaster cleanup for 9 years or whatever, and needed a break and a change, and had a local body shop, big Dodge dealership here. New manager come in, wanted to put a PDR crew together. I knew one of the ladies that worked in there. Her husband's like, hey, you know what PDR is? Paintless dent repair. I said, I have no idea. He said, it's right up your alley. I'm like, okay. And so basically I taught myself. I went there. They were
badass.
They were supposed to send me and another guy coming in to Paintball, which I'm glad I didn't go. because he didn't learn shit in 2 weeks that he was there. And so yeah, basically I just taught myself. And
Brandon's a line board freak too, so
yeah,
I like those, but I love lines. So.
I can see the dent. I just can't fix the damn thing with those things.
So they're great. They're great for estimating. Like
Yeah.
you can see everything, but yeah, once I get to, if I try to put, no, we just
They're great. They're great for big crowns. I love them for big crowns when I'm doing smash work.
Yeah, I can see that for sure.
See me rolling, hating. That's what he said for the stand.
Yeah,
I can put that to a song.
Yeah, once your eyes trained one way, it's hard to go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I looked up, back then, Toledo had some stuff out, and then eventually, Dent Trainer came out, and watching that, but that was just kind of get tips and tricks, but it was just trial and error. I mean, I had every used car I wanted to work on, and the other guy would be like, "Hey, I got a challenge for you over here," and I'd go look, and it's on a rail, and we just had Worth tabs. We had a plug-in cigarette lighter light that was this big. I mean, and a line board. But the only good thing that he got out of the paintball class itself was an entire set of PDR finesse tools. And I have all of them damn tools besides one or two. Because after I left there, they started using me, to do their dents. I remember one time I did like $225 dent or whatever. And they were like, how much we owe you? I said, well, I can tell you what, I can send you this invoice, or you can just give me them tools because they're just collecting dust. They're like, okay. Like, I just got, several grand in tools for $225, dent repair. So
that's the best part about it. Nobody knows. They look like they're worthless, most of the time. At least all the
so people when they break into break into people's vehicles. Yeah, I got whale tails and maybe a flat bar. That's all I kept from Dent Wizard. I'd already built my tool collection up beyond Dent Wizard before I left. So I was like, y'all gonna have all this shit back. Except these Dent Craft whale tails.
Yeah. I was lucky. My first hail job was with Dent Wizard, and it was in Frisco, Texas. And I showed up with what little tools I had I had no hail tools. I had all just door dinger tools. And they were supposed to send me a dent craft set there to get me going. They didn't until probably a month later, and maybe even longer. So I'm working away, just struggling at a Ford. We're doing Fords from a dealer. And one guy, Steve Shapiro, was one of the first guys I met, came over and gave me one Dentcraft whale tail, the blue handle one. That's all I had. And it was like I'm fishing in holes, trying to fix these Ford Ranger hoods that are all honeycomb. And I mean, it was tough, that's for sure. But
Mark said, I wish I would have invested in training before I bought my tools. I remember somebody telling you that, Mark, and you're like, I got to have this. You don't know how to use it. Go get trained first.
Yeah. I think Mike Toledo's doing it right. I mean, I don't know anybody else that's running a month's worth of training. I mean, the problem is, like, guys that are looking to change careers don't always have $15,000 to go, get training. But it sucks because that's probably what you need. If you want to be good at it. Yeah. Otherwise, you spend $5,000 or $10,000 and you're left kind of out in the cold for trying to figure it all out.
Yeah. Right.
Not that I think a month is enough, but it's better than a 2-week or 1-week deal.
Well, that's how Don Cavanaugh is too. He does the 4-week one-on-one. I mean, he may have 4 guys or whatever, but he guarantees by the end of that 4 weeks, you're going to fix up to an inch dent anywhere, even on body lines, glassing it out.
Yeah.
So Mike Seawald's doing a 4-week too, and that's an old Dent Wizard training. So I think it's like said 4 weeks. So
and he seems like a pretty patient guy that will really work with you too. I never worked with him, but that I tell a lot of people if they're not in a financial situation, just go sign on with Dent Wizard and learn, and stay with them for a few years till you're good. Then at least you have money coming in. I don't think it's a bad start.
Right.
Ryan's trying to call you Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
But he calls you Alex.
Alex Baldwin. He's the long lost brother.
Me and Ryan go way back before he was internet famous.
Yeah. Cliff, I'll brag on Cliff's training. Cliff did a week training for my guy Ray, and Ray came back basics enough to get me to where I could get him rolling. So
Yeah,
kudos to him too. There's a lot of great trainers out there. Make sure you get to do your due diligence if you are looking into training though, because there's equally bad ones, but we got some great ones at least.
Yeah, don't get training from PDR beginner.
One guy,
I wasn't gonna say it, but
I've only trained my brother. I actually made him go get some training before he came out on the road with me, and then he did R&I and then would push dents when he could, and then my buddy Sergio, I trained him, and he was working at a mine, a borax mine, and I got him the Tom Price videos. And I said, just start watching these, at least get some. And I gave him a hood and a like one dent tool or whatever, and a light, and let him practice. And that guy put it on his phone and was at work all day long. Like when he was at work and had breaks, he'd watch those videos, and he came out swinging. When I took him on the road, he came out doing R&I, and I put him on some dents. So he'd be able to fix dents. I mean, not the best, but he could fix them. Right. And I was like, man, those videos must have been pretty good. But he also dedicated himself to watching them.
Dent Slayer, the part of the Dent Slayer online training, they got Tom Price's training videos and kind of integrating them with their stuff too.
Yeah.
Trying to read what Ryan wrote. Local guy wasn't paying Todd. The guys asked what Todd was going to do about it. Todd said, "You're going to pay me, or I'm going to beat you." Well, we got paid and moved on. Yep.
Oh yeah, the old Hale Trail got a little rough sometimes. I was lucky to find a pretty good group of guys that once, after the first year or two, I was like, I can work and not have any problems pretty much. So.
Yeah. So we haven't gotten into anything of who you are outside of the PDR world, like you married.
This
kids,
happens a lot.
Yeah, married.
What's he like to do?
24 years coming up. This will be their 25th year anniversary coming up in September.
Good job.
So it's pretty crazy. You don't hear of it. It's crazy how not that many people are married that long anymore. It seems like, and it's something I'm pretty proud of, that we've been able to hold together through good and bad. Not that we've ever had really any bad, but how it is. But
just yelling at you when she's putting your rods together while you're out of town chasing Hale.
Yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah. What's my favorite karaoke song? I don't do karaoke there. You know that, Vince. I'm not big on being in front of the crowd. That's for sure.
Thank you, brother.
But, it's outside of work. I golf a lot, as much as I can, which I'm pretty stoked that I've got some great employees that I can step away during the day, a couple days a week, and get out and golf, and they can take care of everything. Jesse's amazing. He brought in this girl, Sabrina, that has worked for us for the last 3 years now, and she's now running the tool company pretty much. Jesse's getting a lot busier with the dance. He does help with the tool company still, but she's amazing at keeping everything, on track. I mean, she's got her big whiteboard out there, and I mean, there's all kinds of, she was just her nephew was working for us for the last couple of years too, and what did she say today? Because he came in late, and Jesse's like, yeah, she's keeping track of all of his late time, and I was like, did she start her own HR department? I was like, I don't know that I was going to have one, but if she's running it, I guess we'll have it.
Todd's in the office getting rode up for being late. Like, wait a minute.
She's pretty much running the show. So
Hampton said you're shot low 70s at the PGA course in Phoenix.
Yeah,
that's pretty freaking impressive.
High 70s, but
I'm just happy if I can break 100.
Yeah,
well, I can turn around. I can turn around the next day and shoot a 92. So it's
I'm just happy when I keep one ball for more than 3 holes. I'm like, that's a win right there, bud. Carbon tape.
I've thought about making putters. That's for sure.
That would be awesome. So, sign me up.
Y'all got any kids or?
Yep, I got one boy. He's 22.
Awesome.
He he made all those cool videos. Animated videos. Those pretty cool. We sent him basically the CAD drawings, the models, and he's able to just turn it into those crazy videos. It's awesome.
Heck yeah.
But he does a lot of photography and videography and video editing and stuff. He's doing a lot with rappers and stuff, making music videos.
Oh shit!
So awesome. He's in and out of LA all the time, and trying to get his foot in the door there. It's crazy because he wasn't like huge at video games when he was young, but all of his friends were like a year or two older than him or 2 years older than him. So when they all graduated, he kind of like fell into they all graduated and went to work, and he's still going to school. So he kind of fell into the video game thing then, and it was driving me nuts. Well, next thing you know, he's got his video deal down in LA with this guy who's big in the industry. He's worked with Beyonce and worked with all the big names. And like, well, and he found the guy through playing video games, on his headset.
That's crazy.
Like,
so it paid off.
He just ruined my argument,
Yeah.
But,
I just find shit talking 8-year-olds when I play online.
Yeah. So he's that one guy kind of helped him meet a bunch of other people. He's working with Grammy nominated beat makers and all kinds of guys, so I don't know. I think he'll be successful. He needs to work a little harder and get a little more, proactive in getting more work. But yeah,
he's young.
I think he'll be successful. He's good at what he's doing. His videos are good, and obviously what he did for me was really nice. So.
Yeah, those were nice.
Yeah. We just put together a video yesterday. He took all the photos for the website for the light stand, and we did a video. It's just kind of a cheap video, but how to assemble the light when you get it, So we're going to throw a QR code in there so you can watch a video and put it together correctly. And
sweet.
So
Hampton was asking if he's still in BMX.
He's not. No.
He's too busy hanging with rappers.
Too busy balling.
Yeah.
No, he just, like I said, all of his friends kind of grew up away from, they all went and got jobs and stuff. So none of them really. The dirt bike thing, we raced motocross for a few years, and that was kind of cool. That was kind of the nice thing about being on the road for Hale is when I came home in the winter, I could take all the, kids are off for winter break. I could take them all to the track, while their dads are at work, and, we go 4 or 5 deep and go ride at the track, because Southern California is cool because we got, 8 or 9 tracks in Southern California, and pretty much they're all open during the week for practice, And during the winter months, like right now when, Supercross just started this last weekend, and you can go out to any of these local tracks and the Supercross guys are out there, practicing. So
that's
really cool, So you're out there. In fact, one year, one of my son's friends hopped on they have they always have like the mini bike track, and then they have the big, like the vet track and the main track. And several years ago, we were out there, and the Ricky Carmichael team was out there. It wasn't Ricky Carmichael; it was his team he owned, and a couple of the top pros were out there. And one of my son's friends was riding on the mini track, and one of the Josh Hill jumps on the track and starts riding with him. Next thing you know, he's like, my son's friend's like doing no footers with him, and like we go to Supercross like a month later, and he's like, "Hey, you remember me out at the track?" And he's like, "Oh, that was you," and like giving him shirts and all kinds of cool stuff,
That's cool shit.
But you can't really experience that anywhere else in the country, at least maybe in Florida, but a lot of those guys have private facilities now. So
right.
But yeah, it's kind of a cool feature of Southern California if you can get past all the other garbage.
Yeah. You got this and you got this.
Yeah. The weather's good. Dirt biking's good. Golfing's good, but other than that, I don't want to be here.
Right. I think a lot of people.
I got my shop in South Dakota. I go up there pretty much all summer and push some hail and golf a lot up there. So
nice.
Yes.
We'd like to move up there full time. Well, maybe not full time. Maybe still have a place in the winter in the South somewhere, but just not. I just want to get out of California. It's just too expensive and too crowded. And
that's what this guy did.
Yep.
Vince rolled out.
Getting everything's burning down.
Yeah.
We actually, I have pictures out my son's window this summer, looking right at the flames, right at the mountain there. Shit. We're right at the base of it just goes almost straight up, straight up the mountain. Just you can see a peak of 11,000 feet right out of our front door. But so that once that caught on fire, it burned like crazy this summer. But kind of lucky because we didn't get it during these windy days. So there's nothing to burn. So we hated it when it happened, but now I'm like, man, I'm glad it happened when it did because those winds were gnarly last week. Those are crazy. I felt like my house was going to blow down. It was some of the worst wind I've ever experienced. So
when you come to South Alabama, you can experience the hurricanes. So But
And-
at least with that, it's wet and it ain't going.
And the leprechauns.
And the leprechauns.
James,
Well, we got a
James
ton of
Reed,
storms in South Dakota. You know, South Dakota gets all those.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, we get 10, 12 hailstorms go through a year. You know,
that's crazy. James was asking what city you live in.
Redlands, which is, you know, it's about 60 miles east of LA, kind of in between LA and Palm Springs.
Okay.
We're on the 10. The 10 goes right through Alabama.
Oh yeah, 10 goes from you all the way to Jacksonville, Florida.
That's right.
Straight through. So, well, real quick, because we're gonna be ending the show here in just a second. But yeah, bed cap tool is out now, Kiko, and kind of like you, Todd. Yeah, because I think people think that I just called Kiko and said, "Hey, will you cut something in this shape?" And you know, let's just throw it out there.
I'll be out in a second.
There was almost 5 years of me going through about 5 or 6 different designs on this. And a lot of I saw comments, you know, once you put an angle on here and, you know, once you make it out of plastic now, well, it doesn't work in plastic. If you put an angle on here, it's almost like a knife blade. Then it's one directional. When you get the clip, you cut the clip in half. I've been there, done that. That's the reason it's not like that. The edges on this final one are smooth as a baby's butt, so it's non-marring, besides the 3 tips that are actually going to touch a clip. So they're flying off the shelves, guys. So go to KikoTabs.com, get you one. There will be some at MTE, but they're like I said, they're flying off the shelves. So
they went off.
Well, I'm definitely gonna pick up a few. I'm gonna put some for you know, my shop here and shop up in South Dakota for sure.
Well, I don't even have. This is my version. It's not even the one with Kiko burned in on it.
Let me go get mine.
This was the last one that they sent me right before I okayed it, and so I don't even have videos me using this with all different types of bed. All my old videos are with my original one that I'd had cut.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
And the only one like I could find that I posted was a Chevy bedside. Yeah, I know they're easier, but the whole point of it is to show how it gets the clips. And you know, everybody wants a video of, not everybody comments, you know, oh, do it on a Ram, do it on a Ford. Well, it works on them all except the older F-250s, like 99, until they finally changed the bed caps in the late 2010s. You need a grenade. You need a grenade to get them suckers off.
No, I think it's a great tool. And Jesse showed me, I think yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" You know, so finally somebody came out with something. You know, and I understand. You know, you got to put in a lot of thought in these things, and people think that you just came out with it and like you just designed it yesterday. You know, but I'm sure you've ran through every scenario in your head or with prototypes to get there to get where you're at. So for sure, yeah.
It's a simple tool. It's but it works great. And once you get used to it, you know, us guys like normal PDR guys that are out there, whether you're mobile or whatever, you're not going to be replacing bed caps.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in a
body day job that you're trying to get done, like you're not going to wait on a bed cap and shit.
You want to minimize breaking that.
Absolutely. I hate taking them things off. I break them every time. I'm no good at it. I'm terrible at R&I because I get so frustrated and just start tearing shit apart.
Yeah.
I got a headliner on order right now waiting to come in.
I've ruined a few.
Somebody got a little too happy pulling that.
I've ruined a few, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
It's not my proudest moments, but yeah.
It happens. Vince fixed.
Todd, man, we appreciate you coming on, brother.
Thank you, brother.
And can't wait to see you and see this Black Widow stand at MTE. We're only a couple of weeks away.
I really appreciate you guys doing some testing for me and doing the videos and you know, it's helped me out tremendously. I really appreciate it.
So. Absolutely.
It definitely
I was just happy to get one. I was like, give you a little schoolgirl when you reached out. I was like, what?
Well, you guys have a platform. I know, you know, I don't want to say it, you know, it's just there's, you know, people out there that can reach a lot of people, and that's what I needed, you know, and I know you guys are good dudes, and so yeah, it worked out good.
Well, the thing is, I mean, like, you know, going back to Trey's post today, yes, I've had free tools sent to me and stuff, but I'm one of those, like, I don't automatically go on and review something. I use it. I'm going to use the damn thing. And if it's good, I will praise it. If not, I'm going to give feedback. That's the whole point. Like me even giving these
private
tools
feedback.
out. My original ones, they're out there.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think, you know, if you don't like it, then just stay quiet. Let the guy know behind the scenes and say, hey, hopefully he'll make some changes. And then when the product does finally come out, it's going to be a better product. And
exactly.
And I feel like if somebody's not going to like it, they're probably not going to do a video, you know, and just, which is fine. You know, it'd be better that way than to kill it before it actually gets better. You know what I mean? Like you could actually kill a product and just say, oh, it sucks, I don't want to do it, or I don't like it. Well, what if the guy makes a bunch of changes and he comes out later? People are still going to think it sucks. You know what I mean? But so I think it's about the right way to do it, you know, but I don't want anybody to lie about it either. You know, if there's something
exactly. So, exactly. Yeah. Well, there's some truth to that whole statement there. I mean, you do have to be careful who you listen to. So,
yeah.
But you got to have that research and development out there, and you can't just do it on your own. You have to send that stuff out to get true feedback. So,
non-biased. Yeah.
Yep. Well, guys, I really appreciate it. I got to get going.
Yes, well, thank you, man.
Sure
and
a little busy.
Appreciate everybody watching and commenting tonight. And we'll let you know who we have on next week. But we'll see y'all at MTE. So
bye, everybody.
Take care.